Okay then, Val. Now we're starting the part 3 training.
Mm.
Alright, I know you've been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Have you been doing the little bit of homework I set you, i.e. looking through the part 3 video that goes through the initial part 3 training, such as the introductions that you need to give at the very beginning, the lesson introduction?
Yeah, I've had a look at that,
Yeah, okay. So, is it fairly clear in your mind what you need to be doing?
I think so, yes. Yeah, I think so.
All I'm going to do today, I'm not going to spend obviously a lot of time going through it because you've obviously watched it and you've got a fairly good understanding.
I hope so, yeah.
I'll just make sure that it's clear, by the end of today's lesson, it's clear that what you need to do is regarding introductions to lessons before we go on any further. Because it's very important that these introductions are clear.
Right.
All right. For instance, what was the first introduction that you saw on the video? Can you remember?
No, I can't remember.
It was your personal introduction, wasn't it?
Oh, right, yes, I see what you mean.
So you're introducing yourself to the examiner. Everything that you do in part 3 has to be done in a friendly manner. It's got to be done clearly. All right. If you think that you go for your part 3 exam and you're quite nervous, and if you mumble your name away, it's not going to do any good. And if things aren't clear, the examiner's not going to think that you really understand what's happening. So there's a number of introductions all put into one.
Right. Yeah.
So your personal greeting, if you like, right, would be something like good morning, good afternoon, whichever it is.
Yeah.
It's always worthwhile getting eye contact, and it's always worthwhile shaking the hand of the examiner. Yeah. That's a nice, friendly way of doing it. So, good morning. My name's Pat. Okay, feel free to call me Pat. You don't mind if I call you Val, do you? Right, because the examiner would have given you their name.
Oh, right, I see, yeah.
All right, in his little briefing beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's your personal greeting. You don't have to be word for word. You could use something like, hi, good afternoon, my name's Pat. By all means, call me Pat. Do you mind if I call you Val? So you need to work on that, and no doubt you've done that because you've got that in the exercises.
Yeah, I filled in those exercises, yeah.
You'd have found out that you've probably wrote 3 or 4 different sorts of personal greetings.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And you'll try it out with me during your training and stick to one that suits you. All right? Yeah. But always be nice and relaxed.
It doesn't have to be the formal.
It doesn't have to be the formal one. No.
Right.
No.
Okay.
If it's nice and relaxed, it puts you at ease a little bit better. All right?
Yeah.
Going on from that, the examiner will have told you what lesson it is that you're going to do.
Right, yeah.
Okay. He'll have given you a little bit of information about themselves, i.e. the name, the lesson, approximately how many hours they've had, whether they've had any other training or not, which I'll go through with you at a later stage.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So once you've done your personal greeting, you've then got to state aims and objectives, and you've got to clarify the lesson.
Right.
So in other words, you're repeating to a certain extent what the examiner said to you.
So that makes it clear in your mind as well, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And it also shows the examiner that you may have a plan in your mind as well.
Oh, I see, yeah.
All right, rather than just saying, all right, thank you, you don't mind if I call you Val, when you're ready we'll go and practice doing some junctions.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. So it'll go something like, good morning, my name's Pat. You don't mind if I call you Val, do you? Okay. I'm going to be your instructor for today because I believe your instructor's had to go to the dentist. So I'm going to teach you today how to approach junctions to turn right and left. First of all, I'll go through a briefing with you and explain everything to you, and then we'll drive working on what we've just been doing on the briefing, and at the end of the lesson hopefully you'll be able to do your junctions without much help from me.
Right.
It's very short, and again it doesn't have to be word for word.
Yeah.
It all depends on the topic that the examiner says that you're going to give, because for instance if you got something like say a reverse or one of the manoeuvres, you wouldn't do a brief here.
No.
You'd actually drive to train area, so you'd state that.
Right. I see.
And what we're going to do is we're going to drive to the training area where we'll then stop. I'll go through a full briefing with you, and then we'll practice doing some reversing to the left, And at the end of today's lesson, which is the objective, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be able to reverse around the corner without much help from me.
Right. Yeah.
It's very short.
Mm.
Some people think it goes on for what seems like hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you do need to practice it,
Mm.
all right, for each one of the PSTs. And again, in the workbook, you've actually got an example of what the examiner's going to say to you.
Yes, there is. Yeah. They're
Right,
all
so
slightly different.
They're all
aren't
slightly
they?
different, so you can actually use that
Mm.
and then give yourself, speak out into a tape recorder or something,
Oh, yeah.
and give yourself that introduction,
Yeah.
the personal greeting,
Mm.
confirm the lesson that you're going to have.
Mm.
And he'll always say, my usual instructor's gone on holiday or gone to the dentist. He'll always give you an excuse for the
Yes.
instructor.
Yeah.
So again, repeat that,
Right.
all right? And then how you're going to actually do the lesson.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a go at doing one?
Yeah. We'll try.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of information about me.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
imagine we're actually going to go and do a lesson.
Mm.
All right. So, if you imagine, they'll always say I'm familiar with the make and model of car.
Okay.
So they're always familiar with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for the purpose of this, my name's Pat.
Mhm.
Okay. Today's lesson, I'd like you to teach me how to approach junctions to turn right and left. I don't get any other practice with anybody else except for my instructor.
Mhm.
I've only had about 4 lessons. Okay.
Mhm.
And he rang me last night to say that he was ill and he wouldn't be able to turn up for today. So I've given you a little bit of information there.
Yeah.
So you now need to introduce yourself to me, nice friendly manner,
Yeah.
okay, and then confirm what I've just said. And if you've
Mm.
done your work at home, all right, you'll have a little plan in your mind that we're going to turn right and left,
Yeah.
okay, major to minor if you like,
Mhm.
and then state the aim, how we're going to do it, all right, which is your
Yeah.
objectives.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Have a go, see how you go.
Okay. Right. Good morning, Pat. My name's Val.
Good morning.
You don't mind if I call you Pat?
Not at all.
Oh,
No.
good. I believe your instructor phoned you last night to say that he was ill.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes,
he
yes.
didn't say
So
it was wrong.
I've come along today to take
Oh,
your
thank
lesson.
You. Thank you.
He said that you were going to do approaching junctions to turn.
That's
Left
right.
and
He
right.
said he would speak to you and
Yeah,
get you to
yeah.
do
I had
that
a
with
word with him
yes,
about it
yeah.
last night. So what we're going to do today is drive to a training area that is suitable for us, one that's not too busy for you.
Right.
And then when we get there, I'll explain how we're going to deal with the junctions, and then we'll practice approaching the junctions, turning
Alright.
left and right,
Yeah.
so that hopefully by the end of the lesson you'll be able to do them with very little help
Oh, right.
from me.
Okay.
Okay, does that seem all right?
Okay, just out of roll for a second there. Yeah, the only thing is there, but this will come with practice. If you're doing the junctions, you'll do the briefing there and then.
Oh,
You
right.
won't drive to the area.
Right, I see.
In the
yeah.
real world,
Mhm.
yeah, you may have to.
Yeah.
Somebody who's only had 4 hours,
Mm.
you may have to drive them to the area and then do the briefing.
Right.
But for the purpose of the test, because of the time space,
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you've only got half an hour,
Yeah. Yeah.
you will actually start that particular exercise from the side of the road,
So will that be the test centre? then?
from the test centre. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, some test centres you park on the road, some you park in the car park.
Mm.
So if you're in a car park, you'd start from the car park,
Yeah.
but you do your briefing there.
Right, I see.
So that was great. Other than instead of saying, and we'll drive to a training area,
Mm.
we'll say, we'll go through a briefing now, I'll explain everything to you,
Mm.
and then we'll go and practice.
Yeah, right,
All right.
okay, yeah.
Brilliant.
Mm.
So you've got the gist of that.
I think so,
of
yeah.
What you need to, and
Yeah.
you need to do that every time that we have a training session on a particular subject.
Oh, right.
So if I say to you, right, Val, we're going to work on crossroads next week,
Mm.
all right, when we come to do the lesson, you'll do your personal greeting, and then you'll go on to do the lesson introduction,
Mm.
all right, and then you're going to give me a brief,
Right, yeah.
if a brief is required at that time.
Yeah.
All right, so when you take your Part 3 exam, it's second nature to
Yeah.
you. You don't just go waltzing into it,
Mm.
and then you get to the training area thinking, oh goodness, I've not said anything here, you don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Great, so that's the first bit. Possibly a handshake as well. Remember,
All right, yeah.
Try and make it
Mm.
nice and friendly. Because I think it's the way that we Brits greet people, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
A shake of
Yeah.
the hand.
Yeah.
All right, so just put that in. It's not essential that you do,
Mm.
but it's a nice friendly way of introducing.
Yeah.
All right. Right, so that's the first bit. If you remember then, you went on to thinking about using the presenter.
Mm.
This is one I prepared earlier.
It's like Blue Peter.
It is, isn't it? When I spoke to you on the phone, I did say to you that we'd be having a look at junctions turning right,
Yes,
just so that
I did, yeah.
you can get used to actually using the presenter, right? Because that's the aim of this part of the session. All right. This is a very useful tool, not just for your part 3, but for your, teaching in general.
Right, yeah.
All right. Because I mean, you've got this. It's in your pack, and no doubt you've actually gone through it and had a little look through it.
I've had a quick look through, yeah.
Have you had a go at maybe doing a brief with it?
No, I
You've not
didn't
got
try
that
that.
far.
No.
Fair enough.
No.
Well, basically, when you use a presenter, you need to have it in a position where the learner can see it. Now, obviously, it's reversed into because you're going to be holding it. Yeah.
Oh, yes. So
So I can see it because I'm going to be the learner. Yeah. But for the purpose of this, I'm putting it like this now, so you can see it.
right.
All right. You don't. It's not here. This is my presenter, and this is for me, and I'm not sharing it with anybody. All right.
Yeah.
Because if you think about when you're teaching somebody, you should know all this. What you're trying to do is use graphic examples, if you like,
Right. Yeah.
of how to turn right from a major road into a minor. All right.
Yeah.
To go along with the presenter, we need a pen, a dry white marker pen. All right. Now, a lot of people will get the pen, they'll spend the £2 or whatever it is, and they'll just sort of do this. All right. Or worse still, they'll do this. Okay. And by doing this, they're just pointing at things, and by doing it this way as well, they're actually covering the pictures up. And especially if I was talking to you about the mirrors, and I left it there, I'm actually covering the picture up.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright. So if you're going to use a pen, use it, because you'll soon see now. I'm going to write left-handed here, Val, and I'm not left-handed, so this could end up being like anything. Let's imagine you're giving a briefing, and you're talking about checking the mirrors. Alright, so we write the letter M.
Right.
Right, so A, it jogs your memory.
Yeah.
Because when you first start, you're trying to think of all these things, and you do tend to forget things. Right?
Yeah.
So A, it jogs your memory, but it also jogs your pupil's memory
Right.
as well. But if I wrote signal there, and then left my hand there while I was talking to you,
Yeah.
Right.
You can't see it.
you can't see it. So
No.
whenever you write anything, just move your hand away.
Right.
Okay. Are you right-handed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that will be quite simple to move your hand. Hold it with your left hand, move your right hand away.
Yeah.
Okay. And by using the pen, mirror, signal, manoeuvre, because we're going to talk about question and answer technique a little bit later on.
Yeah.
And can you see that there's a picture developing now?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Manoeuvre, which is the position. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've now spoke about the position, speed, and then that can be broken down into thinking about what gear you want, can't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we need the gear. And now we start looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we've just built a picture up.
All right. Yeah.
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 If necessary, if you feel like you want to draw a car in, alright, that's not a problem. We'll put a car here, shall we? You just draw a car there. You don't have to be Picasso,
No.
alright? And so you're just building pictures up.
Right.
Right? You'll find that if you use this properly, it's a great aid not just to the pupil, but to you as well. And not just for your Part 3 training, but when you're instructing also.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. You can't beat a good training aid, which is what we've got here
Right.
with the presenter. Okay. It's literally got everything on that you're going to need. Little pictures
It tells
there
you everything,
to jog your
doesn't
memory.
it?
There's nothing stopping you if, say, you tend to forget things, is to actually write MSM PSL there. Right, so it can be used in a number of ways.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that it's there to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. So, since you've not had a go at using the presenter,
Mm.
all right, I'm not asking you to give me a brief, right? Just hold the presenter there with the pen, right, and just do what I've just done. Right, mirror, signal, manoeuvre, position, speed, look, on there, as if you were teaching me how to do it, just as a demonstration.
Just to write
Just
it down.
write it
You don't
down.
want me
You
to
don't-
tell you anything?
No, you can just
particular?
write, mirror, then
Right.
we're going to signal, right, because what we're going to go on to in a minute is actually giving a brief.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So the first thing that we do is check the mirrors.
Now, if
and
you
then
think at
signal.
That, Val, who are you writing
Oh
to?
yeah, I'm not
You're
pointing it
writing
to
to
you.
yourself.
I am, yeah.
Yeah,
That's because I'm always used to doing that. Yeah, that's it. Is that
So
better?
you can still see it,
Yeah.
but I can see it as well as a student, can't I? And
Yeah.
it's quite clear, is that?
Mm.
Right, so
Right.
whenever, just carry on to look.
Right,
So you've
so
got
I've got
mirror signal.
Mirror signal. So like I said, I've remembered now where I got
Yeah.
to. Mirror signal, manoeuvre.
Yeah.
Which is in position.
Yeah.
And did you put?
You're leaving your hand there
Speed.
now as well. So
Oh,
all I
right,
can
yeah,
see,
got to
I can
come
see that
across.
you've wrote it,
Yeah.
but I can't see it. So
Right.
move your hand away, just as you've done there.
Right.
And I'm not saying this is the way that you've got to do it. I just use it as an example.
Mm. Right.
Yeah.
So you write that, and then gear. That
Yeah.
was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll look.
Yeah. All right. Great.
Mm.
Okay. The other thing to remember when you're using the pen is always put the lid back on.
Oh,
when-
right. Yeah.
When you're not writing, because they will dry up.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And on this particular pen, you've got a little rubber at the end, so
Oh, yeah.
if you rub it out.
Oh.
Great. Instead of having to carry wet dusters or
Yeah,
things around.
that's a good idea.
Makes it a lot neater.
Yeah.
All right. So when you actually give me a briefing, which I'm going to give you a demonstration first.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Then I want you to give me a brief. That's how you need to hold your presenter.
Yeah. So it's looking at you.
Yeah. Even when you're practicing at home, all right, you know, you're at the dining room table or whatever,
Mm.
put the presenter, just imagine you've got another person sat at the
Mm.
side of you, put the presenter so you get used to writing that way as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay then, would you like me to give you a brief on
Yeah.
demonstration?
Yes,
on
please.
a brief?
Yes.
Can I borrow the pen as well?
Mm.
When you're doing junctions at major to minor, you might be wondering why I've got it on the turning right page
Mm.
first.
Yeah, I would have thought turning
Yeah.
left would be more logical first.
It is. In the real world, yeah, when you're instructing,
Right.
you will 9 out of 10 times learn them how to turn left first. Junction, major to minor, minor to major. But again, because of the time limit of the exam,
Mm.
you don't know whether you're going to turn right first or left first. When you're teaching a learner, you plan the route, don't you?
Well,
So-
yes. Yeah.
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 So you actually plan a route where you can just keep turning left.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then once they've mastered the left turn, then you can go to the right.
Mm.
But because of the exam, half an hour,
Mm.
as you set off from the test centre, the first turn you might come to might be to turn right.
Okay. Yeah. And the examiner would tell me where he wants me
The
to
examiner, the examiner will tell you the directions. Like for instance, he'll
Alright.
say to you, "Get me to take the next road on the right."
go. Ah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry, you won't have to plan the route
Oh, good. Good. Yeah.
for your Part 3
Mm.
exam.
Right.
If you think about it, you know the exam centres are few and far between, so
Mm.
you could live 40 mile away.
Well, that's what I was a bit worried about,
Yeah.
actually.
So
Yeah.
don't worry about that. The
Alright.
examiner will always tell
Okay.
you where to tell him or her to go.
Right.
All right. So first of all, for the purpose of the briefing, if you think about the complexity of turning right in comparison to turning left
Mm.
for a learner, there's more to think about in there here.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
there is. Yeah.
So what you're going to do is you're going to give a full brief. In other words, you're going to talk them through near enough everything here.
Mm.
Once they've understood that, when you go to turning left,
Mm.
we're going to bring in the topic of question and answer.
Right. Yeah.
All right, you'll probably
Yeah.
read about
I've read
question and
about it.
answer
Yeah.
in the-
Yeah. You ask the questions.
in the teaching
Yeah.
driving manual. There's a section on that as well.
Yeah.
So because you've already covered it, you would then ask questions.
Right. Yeah. And they should be able to answer them.
Yeah, and if they don't answer it, it doesn't matter
Right.
because it means that they're maybe not quite clear of what you've just said.
Mm.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play the role of an instructor
Mm.
and a learner. So I'm going to be playing a dual role.
Oh, right.
All right.
Yeah.
To start off with. I mean, would you feel comfortable with playing the role of a pupil if I were to ask you questions?
You mean me pretend to be the learner?
You pretend to be the learner.
No, because I don't think I'd know what the
fair
learner
enough.
would say.
That's fine. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can get the student to play the role of the learner,
Yeah.
the pupil.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll play the role of both. Okay. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into role and I'm going to start doing this, turning right, and then I'm going to come out of role, and then you're going to have a go.
Right.
Do the right hand turns first, then the left.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to hold it as if I'm sat there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay then, Pat. What we're going to do now is I'm going to teach you, or give you a briefing on how to turn right from a major road into a minor road. All right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Have you been reading the workbooks and looking through your video? Yes, I have. Yes. Great. So you'll have half an idea of how to turn right then, won't you? Yes, I've been looking at it. Good. Well, first of all, what we need to do is we need to check the mirrors, don't we? If I say to you we're going to take the next road on the right, which is this road here, okay, the first thing you're going to do is check your mirror. Okay? The second thing you're going to do would be to signal. But before we signal, we need to think about the timing of it. Why do you think that is, Pat? Well, there is a car park there, so they might think that if we signal too early that we might turn into the car park. Yeah, that's great. So we actually signal as we get past, as we're passing, if you like, the car park there. So it can't be misunderstood as to where we're going. If you've noticed there, we've actually got a pedestrian looking as if they want to cross the road. So the pedestrian may think that we're turning into the car park and start to walk across in front of us. So it is important whenever you signal not just take into consideration vehicles but pedestrians as well. Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, it's something to think about because pedestrians are as much right on the road as us. Okay, so we've checked his mirror, we've signalled. Right, what's the next thing we need to do? Oh, it's mirror. Manoeuvre. That's it, it's manoeuvre. MSM. Okay, and if you manoeuvre, you're actually putting yourself into position. So the position for turning right is just left of the centre line. Can you see that there? Oh yeah. Okay, so we've got ourselves into position. Now we need to start slowing ourselves down. And we'll slow ourselves down by using our brakes. Okay, so you start to brake. Now you may be in fourth gear there. Alright, so you've been in fourth there. So what we're going to consider is the gear change that we need to make. So we start braking, and there's no need to go from fourth to third to second. You can actually go from fourth straight into second there. Oh yes, I saw that on the video, yes. Alright, so but you've got to match your gear with your speed. Okay, so you will need more than likely to use your brake to slow yourself down to go into second gear. And while you're doing all this, you're actually watching to see if there's any traffic coming from in front of us. Because if there is, we're going to need to slow down, possibly even stop. Alright, so just for the purpose of this one, let's imagine you've looked, there's no traffic anywhere, and so you've decided that we've slowed right down. We're going to start looking now. Alright, and we're going to look into the new road. It's still perfectly clear, so we're going to turn. We're not going to have to stop. Before we turn, we need to look for the point of turn, which is, if we draw a little line there, which is where that centre of the road crosses the centre of our road. Okay? If you turn too early, what will happen is you'll end up cutting the corner, which could be quite dangerous. If you turn too late, you could end up getting quite close to the curb there. So it is important that you don't turn until you get to the point of turn. Okay, do you understand that? Yes, I do, yes, yeah. Alright, now then, what do we do if there is something coming? Okay, we've said that we may have to stop. Okay, so while we're observing here, alright, we've seen that there's some traffic coming towards us, so we don't have to put it into second gear there. If we know that we're going to stop, we can put it straight into first gear there. And if we're waiting for any length of time, we would actually put a handbrake on. Oh yeah. Why do you think that is? Like, so that we don't roll if it's on a hill or anything like that. Make the car secure. Good, well done. Again, if we stop just before the point of turn. Alright, so that when it is clear, that we can move forward just to the point of turn and then turn. Always remember though, you must look into that new road before you turn, because we may have something parked there may be an obstruction. If there's something parked, whatever it is, maybe on our side of the road. If that's the case, we might have to stop and wait and let them through. Okay, do you understand that, Pat? Yes, I do, I think, yeah. Okay, a lot to take in, but yes, I do. Okay, out the row. So, not very good drawing because it's been with my left hand. Okay, but can you see there that there's a little bit of question and answer? What I was trying to demonstrate there, although it was a little bit longer than I would eventually ask you to do it, I was just trying to demonstrate the different types of questions you could ask,
right? Yeah.
And the things that you need to get in. When you're giving a briefing, you need to get in the key points. Alright, you don't have to go into too much detail about if there was something parked there and cutting of the corner and trying to judge the speed and the gap, because you could go on with a briefing for a long
could go on
time.
forever, couldn't you?
For your part 3, bear in mind you've got to keep your briefings down to about 8 minutes. Yeah,
Right.
all depends on the pupil or the SE. Yeah, if he's quite knowledgeable, you'll be able to do it in 8 minutes without any problem at all.
Right.
And you may even be able to cover other little things.
Yeah.
If he's an SE who is playing somebody who's, not thought about anything like this, not very knowledgeable at all, and you're having to keep repeating yourself and go back, well, obviously then the more intricate things you would leave till you're actually out on the road.
Right. Yeah.
So one of the important things when you've got your part 3 test, or even with your learners, you must listen to what is being said to you all the time.
Right. Yeah.
And go along with your learner or along with your SE. Alright, you can't just assume that they're going to know things,
right,
or not know things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So do you understand that?
I think so. Yes. Yeah.
Have a go at
Yeah.
it. I mean, I don't expect you to be able to, reel that off, because obviously it takes time and practice.
Yeah.
But this is something that you can practice at home. You can practice with a partner, younger brother or sister or whatever. Yeah, you can practice this, and I would expect you to practice your briefings before any lessons that we do, any subjects that we do, so that we're not spending half an hour a session just going through a briefing, because that's half an hour of valuable training time that could actually be done on the road.
So you would tell me what we were going to do next?
Like at the end of today, I'll say to you, right, Val, what we're going to do on the next session is, and I'd like you to look at this particular part of the video, and I'd like you to work on this particular briefing, so that when you come, your briefings aren't going to be 100% straight away. But what we don't want is when you turn up, is not to have an idea how to go about it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll rub this off then. So just have a go at doing this one. If you can put a few questions in, do so.
Yeah.
If you feel happy and you feel that you've got an idea of how we should be doing it, great. Because I'm not going to hold you back.
Right.
Yeah. Obviously you've got to work at your own pace.
Thank you.
But if you feel like you understand it and you want to put some questions in, by all means go for it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, whenever I go into role now, whenever you're doing something and I'm playing the role of a learner, I'll say to, right, I'm in role, Val, or I'm going into role.
I see.
Like so I'll always make it clear.
Yeah.
If I speak to you, remember I'm in role.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, playing the role of a learner.
Yeah.
Anytime I speak to you and I want to say something out of role, I will always say, right, just break off there for a second, Val, out of role. And then I'm speaking to you as your tutor.
Right, yeah. Otherwise it could be very confusing, couldn't it?
And also, if you want to ask me a question as
Yeah.
a tutor,
Yeah. Yeah.
right, just say to me, right, just out of role a minute, Pat. Right, so I know to answer you out of role.
Right, yeah. And you don't give me the answer a learner might do if...
Exactly.
If, it was,
if I don't know the question was aimed at me as the tutor, I'd give you the answer as a learner.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
so...
this could be confusing.
It could, but you'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going into role now then, Val, if you've no questions.
I don't think so. We're just turning
turning
right.
Yeah, just something like what I've done in your own words.
Okay.
All right, so into role now.
Okay. All right, Pat. We're going to deal with turning right from the main road into the side road.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So we're going to move along this road and turn into this road here. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
The first thing that you will do as you come down the road here is check the mirrors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we shall need to signal.
Mhm.
Not too early, otherwise people might think you were turning
Oh, yeah.
into that car park. Signal. The next thing you would have to do is to check. No, we've checked the mirrors. Change position.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to change position, which if you're turning right, you would need to be just to the left of that centre white line.
All right, yeah.
White
okay,
line
yeah.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we're going to slow down. So we're going to change the speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Then once you've slowed down, put it into the gear
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
suitable for the speed
Right, yeah.
that you
okay,
slowed
yeah.
down to.
Yeah.
And then look
Mhm.
to make sure that it's safe to go into this road.
Right, okay.
And also look for any traffic that might be coming from over here.
Yep.
And then you can take the car around and take it around into the road there.
All right. Yeah, looks simple enough. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, out of roll.
Yeah.
That's not bad for your first attempt, not
Mm.
bad at all. The only thing is, you've pointed that I'm going into this road.
Yeah.
Alright, do you really want me to go into this road? Look where you've put the little dot. Whereabouts do you want me to turn?
Where the car is there.
Yeah. I know, yeah.
Mhm.
What you have to think about is that some learners may literally do what you say.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, so you've pointed to this road. Now you're assuming that I should know not to turn into there.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're going to go to the
Yeah.
left-hand
Yeah.
side.
So
Yeah.
don't leave anything sort of half finished. If you want me to turn into that road, point to there.
Yeah.
Which we know you don't.
Yeah.
So what we should have done is pointed to this car.
Right, yeah.
Here. Yeah, okay. It was a little bit like a lecture. Right, first thing we're going to do is check the mirror, then we're going to signal, then we're going to position, then we're going to... Right, so if you remember what I did, I actually brought in a couple of questions.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah? Because if you remember, you know, with our system, if you like, yeah, the learners get workbooks and they get videos.
Yes, they do.
So you're
yeah.
going to ask
yeah.
them to watch the video and look at the workbook, just like we're saying to you.
Yeah, because I've done the same, you see, yeah.
So you may get some that, like yourself, always goes home, always does what you ask them to do. So you're actually telling them things that they already know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You might also get somebody that can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Alright, so in that case, you'll still ask the question, and if they don't know the answer, then you go and you put the answer down.
Right.
But for the ones that do put the work into it, just say to them, right, we're just going to turn into this road here, Pat, you know. So if you remember what the video said, or the book, if you've read the book, what's the first thing we're going to do? Now if they say, check my mirror, it's correct.
Yeah.
Or is it?
No, it should be mirrors.
Mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you've asked them, check my mirror. Okay, but then you can pick up on that and say, well, it's not really mirror, is it? It's mirrors. And if you look at your diagram there, you've actually got 3 mirrors.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can point out which mirrors it will be for turning right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're picking up just on that one word, just putting an S on the end.
Yeah, it can make all the difference.
Then you can say, good, and so what's the next thing we're going to do? Signal. Great. And because we've got the car park sign there, then you can say, why is it important to get the timing of the signal right? And see whether they pick it up.
Yeah.
If they don't, then you come in with the information.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not a lecture. I don't know if you've ever been to lectures where, you know, they go on and on and on, and your eyes are shutting and
Yeah.
people are nudging you to wake you up.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Not that your lecture's as long as that
Mm.
or as boring, but it could be boring for somebody who knows. They're thinking, oh, I've read this, I've seen it in the video.
Yeah. Yeah. If they already know it. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
Alright, so we can't assume that they do know it, we can't assume that they don't know it. We've got to ask questions, haven't we?
Right.
Alright. So, so we got the position. You explained about it was just left of the centre line, which is good. Then you said you're going to have to slow your car down and then change gear.
Mm.
Okay. Now you're talking to a learner that's never done this before.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah? How do you slow your car down if you were driving?
Well, probably use the brakes.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you not think
Yeah.
you
You wrote brake on, didn't
I
you?
wrote brake on
Yeah, you
just
did.
to,
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
And then which gear? Any gear?
Whichever one you need.
Exactly. But you didn't say that, did you?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Alright.
Mm.
When I did mine, I put second gear and imagine that it's clear. If
Yeah.
you remember, didn't I?
Yeah.
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 And then I said, right, it's clear. And we went through what we needed to do.
Mm.
Right, just imagine that it's not clear and we have got some traffic and we have to stop. So
yeah.
I mentioned about
Yeah.
going from fourth to first.
Yes, you did. Yeah, because you wrote the numbers on the cars as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alright, so you have to cover those are very important things, aren't
Mm.
they?
Mm.
You know when I said cover the key points?
Yeah.
That is very
Yeah.
important. That they know which gear to approach and the fact that they've got to match the gear with the speed as well. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
Mm.
Just have another go, but this time try and put some questions into it.
Okay.
On the same one,
Yeah.
this one, before
On
we
this
go
one.
to left.
Oh.
Well, you work on this at home, and you need to get this one and the left-hand one done in about 8 minutes.
Both together?
Both together.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Not 8 minutes
you don't get
each.
8 minutes each, no.
Oh, God.
You tested it only half an hour long. You take quarter of an hour on your briefing. Alright,
Right.
but I mean, for your first attempt, that's brilliant.
Yeah? Right. Okay. Shall we try again? All right.
Okay, back into roll then.
Okay. All right then, Pat. We're going to turn from this main road into the side road here,
Oh, yeah.
where that car is there.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Have you watched the video?
I was
Done
watching
your
it
work?
last night, yeah.
Yeah?
I've done the workbook, yeah.
Right, so you'll realise the system that we have to
Yeah,
use.
it's the same sort of picture that's in the workbook.
It is, yeah, yeah. So if you were going to turn right into this road here, what
Mhm.
would be the first thing you would do?
I'd check my mirror first.
Okay, so you're going to check your mirror.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay. And then what would be the next thing that you did?
Mirror signal.
Yep, so you're going to signal.
I only check one. I thought it said in the book mirrors. Am I right there?
Oh, yes, yeah, it is, it's mirrors.
Yeah. I
Okay.
thought. Yeah. When I said mirror, I thought no,
Yeah.
I've said that wrong.
Yeah, it would be the rear view mirror and the right
That one.
door
that one,
mirror.
isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah, that's right, yeah, mirrors.
Sorry, I thought I said that wrong. Yeah.
And what would be the next
Signal.
part? Signal. Yeah, so we're going to signal. Would you signal straight after the mirror? You checked your mirrors? Or?
Not on that one because of the car park there. People
That's
might
right.
think I'm turning into it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So then you would signal just as you pass the car park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what was the next part of the sequence?
Signal. Manoeuvre.
Manoeuvre.
Position.
Position, that's right. So you're going to change your position.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Which when you're turning right is just to the left of that white line in the middle.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Then what would you do? What was the next part of the system? Can you remember?
Position. Speed.
Speed. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? So then you're going to slow the car down.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
How do you slow the car down?
You'd use your brakes.
That's right. So you're going to use your brake. Okay. Can you remember what the next part, what you would do next after it
Keep
slowed
having to
down?
say this to myself. Mirror, signal, no position, speed. Look. Gear.
Gear. That's right. 'Cause we've got
Yeah.
a picture there that
Picture
reminds
there,
us, doesn't it? Yeah. So you're going to change gear. Okay. Now when you come up to the junction, there might be some traffic coming towards you from here.
Yeah.
If there was, we wouldn't be able to turn.
Oh, you'd have to stop, wouldn't you? You'd have to give way.
You would probably have to stop, yeah? So if we were having to stop, what gear do you think we would have to put it into, ready to set off again?
To start, I presume first, because that's what we always use, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we set off in first, don't we? So we put it into first gear. Or keep slowing down. Perhaps we would wait in this position here where this car is.
Right.
Put it into first gear, so that then you're ready to turn.
Yeah.
But before you turn, you've got to make sure that you look into the road and make sure there's nothing else coming from there, and then you can set off, can't you?
Why do I have to look into that road?
Well, there might be something.
I don't think it was really clear.
There might be somebody walking across. We've got a little man here. You see that pedestrian there? You might start to walk.
Right, I see. Yeah, make
across.
sure that it's clear before I turn.
That it's safe. Yeah.
No hazard or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so or maybe parked cars or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything else there? So you would look first. Don't just set off and then get there and realise you can't go.
Yeah. Yeah, because in estates you get them parking right on the corner, don't they? Where they live.
Yeah, they do. So when you looked and it was safe, then you could turn and drive up that road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
And do you understand that?
Yeah. What? I know I'm being a bit thicky, but what do I do if it's clear? If there's nothing? Is it second gear?
Oh, if there was nothing coming from this way. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you would start to slow down.
Yeah.
Then realising that there was nothing coming because you'd been looking in front, you wouldn't need first gear, would you?
Right.
Okay. You could put it into second gear.
And just keep on going.
There, and then just keep going nice and slowly and steadily
Right. Okay.
around the corner, remembering to look
into the road first
before you do turn.
Yeah. How do I know when to turn? Because I'm not very good at judging things.
Well, we have what we call a point of turn, which is where you can start to steer the car round. Round.
Yeah. I heard that on the video actually.
Yeah. A way to judge it is if you can imagine, you see this white line here coming up the road that we're turning into. Yeah, if you can just imagine that going, if I just draw a line down so it goes straight across, and where it crosses the line in our road, so we've got like a point there.
Right, so that's why you call it the point of turn.
So your car would get up to there, and then
I see.
It would follow that same track as the blue.
Yeah.
The blue bit there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask me anything else?
No, I think I understand that now. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, out of roll, much better. Okay. And you actually took in the hints and prompts that I was dropping there.
You reminded. You were reminding me.
Your SE will do the same thing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
All right. You won't keep on jogging your memory. You know, for instance, you'd forgot about if it's clear what gear to go. Yeah. And if you stutter and you're not really quite sure, well, it's not going to keep jogging your memory. You'd not told me where the point of turn was. So I didn't say where's the point of turn. I just said something like, how do I know when to turn?
Yeah, you were not sure. Yeah.
It's up to you. If you know your stuff, like you obviously do, and you think, oh yeah, point of turn, then you explained it great. If you don't know your stuff, well, then he's not going to keep saying, well, is it the point of turn?
Yeah, it won't ask you where the point of turn is. It'll just say, how do I get round there?
And this is the important thing about you listening to what I or the SE is saying to you, or your pupil is saying to you, and you did that very well. You know, you took the hint very well. All right. It's prompting within my role. I'm prompting you because you've forgotten something. So rather than just coming out of role every time, because you did very well there, and saying, right, just break off there, Val, out of roll. You forgot to tell me where the point of turn is, back in roll. Yeah, we'd be totally flummoxed, wouldn't we? You know?
Yeah.
So I just let you go for a little bit because you were doing really well, and then just threw the prompts in, which we'll do right the way through your training.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. It's not necessary for me to keep coming out of roll all the time.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So listen. listen carefully to what I say, because there might be a few little hints in there.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Right, so not bad at all. So what I'd like you to do is turn over to the left-hand turn. Good.
Yeah.
Another thing you need to make yourself familiar with, Val, is the contents of the presenter. All right, and never be afraid to go right to the very beginning. You know, to the index page, rather than flick the way through. This isn't too bad because you're just turning a page over.
Yeah.
But if I said to you, if you turn to page 19, which is the T-junction part of it. Oh, page 19. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So it's only because I know that approaching junctions are on 15 and 16. T-junctions are on 19. Right. So if you, not that I want you to learn every page, it's just that I use those quite often.
Yeah.
But if I said to you, can you go to the roundabout section, rather than flick all the way through it, just turn it right back to the beginning. Look through the index, roundabout page, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'd have to flick through to find the beginning, I think.
But when you start, if you start with the presenter face, you know, at the beginning, rather than on page 15, all you need is you open the front cover, don't you? And the index is there.
That's right, yeah.
So that's something else that you need to get. Eventually, you'll probably, all the ones that you use regularly, you'll know the page numbers. And you'll just flick through, you know, you'll know you need page 19, so you just go to page 19.
Yeah.
But till you get used to it, use the index.
Right, okay.
Looks a lot more professional on your Part 3 exam.
Yeah.
Done it? Going straight to the page.
Yeah.
Looking through the index, going to the page rather than flicking through it, and I can't find it, I'll flick through this way.
Yeah.
And the examiner's there twiddling his thumbs. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right, turning left.
Yeah.
What I'd like you to do now is, if you think about turning left, it's less complicated, isn't it, than turning right?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? We haven't got the oncoming traffic
There's
to
not
cross.
as many hazards, if you like.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is why we do the left-hand turn after turning right, because you've just given me a full briefing, and I understood that quite well. So I should be able to answer your questions for turning left, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
So you could actually use this as a Q&A brief, if you like.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we've gone through the MSM routine. I might not get it in the right order, I might not give you all the correct answers. This is where you need to listen.
Right.
Alright? But I should have enough knowledge now to answer 90% of your questions on there.
Right.
And this is going to cut time down as well, isn't it?
For when you do the exam.
For when you do the actual exam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So listen for the prompts. Yeah. Be careful what you say. Only say what you really mean.
Yeah. Don't point at the wrong thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't lecture.
Right.
Use a Q&A, which you started to do lovely there. And see how you get on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay then. So if you've no questions,
I don't think so.
No. I'll go into roll. Into roll now.
Okay. All right then, Pat. So we're going to do junctions to turn left. So we're going again from the main road into the side road.
Yeah.
This time we're turning left. Okay. So if we think about the routine that we've used
on
the turning right.
Yeah.
What would be the first thing that you would do once you knew you had to turn
check
left?
My mirror.
Yeah, so you're going to check your mirror. Oops.
Oh, sorry. Mirrors.
Mirrors, yeah. Which mirrors?
This interior mirror.
Yeah.
And that door mirror. No, sorry. That door mirror.
That door mirror.
Turning left,
because we're turning left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Okay, and then what was the next
Signal.
part? Okay, so you're going to signal. When would you signal, looking at that diagram?
Not till after I'd got past the car park, because they might think I'm turning into the car park.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So it's important that you get it timed properly. Yeah. The next thing that you would do would be what? What was the next?
Position. Manoeuvre and position.
That's right, so you're going to change position.
Yeah.
Now, for turning left, you need to move in slightly towards the left.
Right, okay.
Or maybe even just in slightly.
Would it depend on the size of the road? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
If it was a wide road, I might have to move into the left a little bit.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, but if it's a narrow road, I might already be there.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd have to just have a
what
look
you mean
and judge
there,
it. Yeah. Okay, then the next part of the sequence, can you remember?
Speed.
Yeah. And how are you going to
I'm going to use my
slow
brakes,
down?
usually.
Yeah. You said usually.
Yeah. Would I have to use my brake if it was going uphill? I was just thinking back there that if I was uphill.
Yeah, if
I've
you
not done a lot of driving, so.
No, if you were uphill, you might just have to take your foot off the gas.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Downhill, I'd certainly have to brake, wouldn't I?
You would.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you wouldn't be going slow enough to go around the corner.
It was just something I thought about after we'd done that right turn.
That's right. Okay, so now you've used the brake to slow down. What was the next part of the sequence?
Gears.
Yeah. You're going to choose a gear.
Yeah.
All right. Which gear will you choose, do you think?
Second.
Second, yeah. So you're going to use second gear. Okay. Then what was the next bit that you'd have to do before you turned?
Well, we were looking for oncoming traffic.
But we're
turning left, aren't we? So we
we're
won't have
turning
any
left.
oncoming traffic. So.
No, that's right. So what else would you look for? Anything
well, looking
else?
at that diagram there, we've got a couple of pedestrians, so I'm presuming that we'd have to watch for pedestrians before we
Yes,
turn.
you'd have to look, wouldn't you? Because if there was anybody crossing the road, you wouldn't be able to turn, would you? But if it was clear and it was safe to turn, you'd be able to take it and turn into the road.
Right. Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What would I do if there was some pedestrians actually like that one there?
Like this one
road,
here? Yeah. If they were walking towards you in that direction, then you would have to give way to them and let them pass. So you'd wait in this position here until they passed and let them walk past and then continue. All right. But if they were walking that way,
they're walking away from the road, aren't they?
You could still enter that road, but be careful in case they turned round and came back.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You understand that?
Yeah. What? I'm just looking at the pictures actually. What have we got? The 3 mirrors. I forgot to check all my 3 mirrors before I turn.
Before you turn, you could possibly check your interior mirror and your left door mirror.
So I don't have to.
Yes, I think yes.
Yeah. So
yes,
I
you
have
do
to check.
have. Check your interior mirror and your door mirror.
Okay.
Because we could have bikes.
Oh yeah, like in town.
Coming up the. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
I understand that now.
Right.
Yeah, I
Good.
understand it.
Good.
Okay, out of roll. That actually took you 4 minutes, Val.
That's half, isn't
That's
it?
half. Yeah. So you can see the importance of not lecturing, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all I did, I prompted you on a few things that you'd forgotten or said not quite right. For instance, you could possibly check your interior mirror and your door mirror.
Yeah.
So you don't have a choice, do you?
No, you have to do it.
Yeah. But you actually gave me a choice.
Yeah.
Right, that's why I picked it up on.
Yeah.
And again, you want to avoid little things like that. When you've got up to test standards, we want to avoid that. All right. But I mean, you've done absolutely brilliantly to say that this is the first Part 3 session that you've had. And it just goes to prove that if you do the work at home, which you've always done right the way through Part 2 and with this, and you watch the relevant videos, not trying to watch them all at once, but the certain sections, that we've now covered this in one small part of your session.
Yeah.
Had you have not done as much work at home, we would be struggling on just giving briefings.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right, so it is important.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, okay, we need to improve it, but this is the first time that you've done it. So on when we finish today, I'll actually tell you what we're going to do next week.
Right.
And then I want you to go home and practice the briefings, work on your timings.
Yeah, because that was
it will
too
take
long.
a while. You know, don't expect just to be able to give an 8-minute brief like that, because you're not going to. It needs time.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how did that feel?
Felt okay. I think I was struggling to remember
a little bit
everything,
nervous as to start
and I
off
felt
with,
a bit.
weren't you?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It's different.
It is.
Different. Alien.
If you think, when you're giving a briefing, you're actually telling somebody how to drive on a particular topic. And if you think about how you would be doing it if you were driving, yeah, go through it in your own mind. and then you won't get it. You won't go out of the sequence because it's got to be done methodical, hasn't it? You've done it methodical.
Yeah.
You can't jump from mirror to position to signal to speed.
No.
You've done it in the order, and you've done very well. You know, and you've basically near enough done it as you would do it if you were driving. You've just forgotten the odd little bit.
Yeah. It's remembering it all.
It is, and using the correct words.
Yeah.
You know, you could.
You could possibly
check.
if you wanted to, but if you don't, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
But you don't have a choice, do you? It should have been, oh yes, you need to check your interior mirror and definitely your left door mirror before you turn.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. Well, we'll have a bit more practice, and then on the next session, I would like to see a really good briefing.
Okay, I'll try.
All right.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Right.
Great.